How does it feel? So hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm John.
And I'm Dawn.
And together with the two running brooms. So currently we are training for the Yorkshire Marathon on the 15th of October 2023. So in this video we'll be recapping our first marathon training week. We'll recap the midweek marathon pace session we did. We'll revisit the park run we went to on Saturday, and then we've got some featured footage of our long run workout from today, which is Sunday.
Yeah, so we started off on Monday with a nice easy run because we'd obviously done a long run on the Sunday. So we met a friend and we did 5 miles with our friend, and then we had a little jog of a mile back home.
And what pace was that jog with our friend?
I think it was about 9:30.
Yeah, it's around 9:30 pace, and then a jog back home. Then in the afternoon we went to the gym, had a good strength and conditioning session, and straight after the gym we found a nice reservoir loop in Sheffield and did a further 3 miles recovery run. So 9 miles run, strength and conditioning session at the gym, a good Monday to start the week. Tuesday, another solid training day. We had to go and look at some cars in a different town, so we actually went to some woodland and trails that we know just outside that town, and we ran 7 miles, again around 9:25 pace, nice low heart rate, nice soft surface, beautiful running. So that took our weekly mileage up to 16 after 2 days. So Wednesday was hammer time. What did we do on Wednesday, Dawn?
Yes, so we had quite a long run on Wednesday. We did 2.7 miles as a warm-up, and then we did 3 times 3 miles at marathon effort with, what was the recoveries in between?
3 minute jog recovery.
That's right, and then we finished with a 2.7 mile cool down back home. Session went really well for both of us, and if you haven't already seen last week's video, then pop over and have a look at it because we highlighted that workout.
That's right, we're just trying to dial into marathon pace stroke effort. I'm working around 7:15 to 7:20 at the minute. You're working around what, 7:35 to 7:40?
Yeah.
Which is in line with our targets, but at present, early into this training block, what is marathon pace by the end of it does not feel like marathon effort.
No.
But that's the point of training, folks.
It is, absolutely. I think as well, it's when you're putting these sessions in on top of your full week of training, it's really hard, I think, sometimes to actually feel that pace is easy or relatively easy than marathon easy.
As we shall see as the week goes on. Then on Wednesday afternoon we did a further 3 mile run each on the treadmill, didn't we?
We did indeed.
In Zwiftland. I think I went to Harrogate in a virtual world.
I went round the track.
So by the end of Wednesday we were on 34 miles plus 1 gym session nailed. By the way, this place we're out on our Sunday afternoon walk is called Winscar Reservoir. About 10 miles from our house, at the top of the trail we ran to this morning as part of our 20 mile run. Isn't it fantastic, the area where we live?
Yes, we're so lucky to have this on our doorstep, and miles and miles and miles of just beautiful scenery, really. So, and we're making the most of it, getting out while we're still on holiday, because tomorrow it's the return to the grind.
That concludes the advertisement on behalf of the Yorkshire Tourist Board. Thursday was just an easy 4 miles, because it's really important in a training week, if you're doing structure, to have that 80-20 principle, and for us the easy runs really are easy. We'll do around 9:30 pace if necessary. So having worked really hard on the Wednesday in that session, we thought it was important to prioritise recovery on the Thursday. Friday, another steady 6 miles with a friend, but to spice things up and to dial in that leg speed, which is still important to maintain when in marathon training, we threw in 4 times 100 metre strides at the end.
So that takes us to Saturday, and of course Saturday is parkrun day. So we went to Trentham Gardens in Staffordshire.
That's right, Trentham Gardens, a fantastic course. Definitely got to be up there as one of the most scenic in the country. As you may have seen if you've already watched that video, and if you haven't seen it, go and check it out. And if you are ever in that area, in the Potteries area, it's definitely one to put on your wish list. So neat 50 miles by the end of Saturday, so that left us a 20 mile to do on Sunday. So now roll in to look at how that long run stroke session actually went. Watch out for some pain. So Sunday morning, 20 mile run time. Our task is to run 10 miles at that trail at an easy pace, and then to come back in 2 mile intervals with half a mile jog recovery. We're actually very lucky to have this on our doorstep. It's a very popular trail. We see runners coming from Rotherham, Sheffield, all over South Yorkshire and beyond to run up and down what's essentially a 10-mile, uninterrupted apart from one road, piece of trail. It's going to be a warm one. That inevitable early September Indian summer heat wave. Very popular cyclist too, as we can see. Those of you who watched the last marathon video remember me referencing the British Rail LNER signs on this tunnel. So there we go, there's the LNER one. This tunnel's about 300 metres, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we know one of the local training groups has used this for reps in winter. So obviously it's sheltered and it's dry. Woo! Woo! And the other side of the tunnel, which is where we started those reps on Wednesday. Love the sense of history you get running along here. This slope and that crossing, managed to find a picture from about 100 years ago. So to get through this 10-mile warm-up, we're playing a game of guess how many runners. We'll see. We've just done over 3 miles. We've seen 12 runners out so far. I think we'll see another 8 by the time we get to 10 miles. Dawn's going for 10. To say, very, very popular bit of trail this, with runners from all around the region. That's where the Penistone Marathon starts. It's not on for a couple of weeks, as you can see. We're getting ready for the Penistone show. So there's bits of railway architecture on this trail. Been here since 1845, still looking strong. But as we'll see in a minute, there is something on this trail which hasn't lasted as long. So just at our first gel, around 6 miles, so 4 miles to go. I've already seen 26 runners so far in this run. I think that's a new record. Nice bit of railway architecture here. So the only fly in the ointment on this bit of trail is this bridge here, which was built in the year 2000. It's a Millennium Project to replace one that was taken down when the railway was dismantled. It's been shut for 2 years. The council haven't got the money to repair it properly, so we have to take a diversion off onto the main A628 Barnsley to Manchester Road, which has a speed limit in place, which is sometimes observed by cars. This bit we're running up now to get back onto the trail was the site of a train disaster in 1884, when the train coming down that way from Manchester came off the rails at this very point and skidded down that embankment, killing several people. Some people say running on this sort of thing regularly is flat and boring, but I think if you open your mind and do your research, it's anything but. We also see the changing seasons on this trail. Obviously a beautiful late summer day, you notice nature, you appreciate history, as well as getting a good running workout. 30 runners now in under 7 miles. Wonder how many are training for the Yorkshire Marathon. It's usually nearly this busy coming up to London, isn't it?
I think I won the bet.
Yes. Should message them all privately to say, get out on the trail, I want to beat John on the bet. Here's another one of those Millennium bridges over a busy road. Still intact, fingers crossed it lasts, otherwise we'll all be in a pickle. So in the final warm-up mile now. So on Wednesday's session, I averaged 7:17, that's going up and down. Going just down should be 10 seconds a mile on average, quicker, but I'd had 2.7 mile warm-up on Wednesday. This is a 10 mile warm-up, so I expect to be a bit slower. So anything in the 7:20s or 7:30s, I'm happy with today.
So I'll be happy with anything between 7:30 and 7:40 going down.
Turning point coming up in about 100 yards as we're near Dunford Bridge. I don't want to be on camera. And turn. So set one done. Dawn 7:42 pace, me 7:19. Both a few seconds slower than the other day. As I said, it is warmer, and we are on a 10-mile warm-up. So having the half-mile jog recoveries allows us to gather up and not me end up way in front of Dawn. I should pause and watch for a bit. So she's just starting 100 yards down there, so during this 2 miles I'll catch her up and we'll finish reasonably close to each other. We've got the second set, we've got this road to cross. Third of a mile to go, and we're at 2.
It's tough. Rep 2 done. That was a 7:33 and a 7:36, I think, for me.
I'm getting quicker because this surface down here is actually 10 seconds a mile slower than the rest of it because it's a rubbery thing. And years of running on here have told me that any effort should be about 10 seconds a mile slower on this, so well done.
I do feel a bit tired though. What about yourself?
Yeah, I know I can do it, I know I can complete it, but at the minute I can think of things I'd rather be doing.
Hey, we're out here and it's a beautiful day. The sun shines. It's probably the warmest day this week, which is about usual, isn't it, for a long run workout?
That's rep 3 done. A hot one. A bit like casualty clearing station out here now. We've got 1 more 2 mile rep to go. The rest of this recovery and final recovery, and we're done. How does it feel? So that's good feedback there from Dawn. It's always good to get feedback from your athlete during a session. Interpret. Me, I'm still on the road heading for another joint. No, not that one. What's pleasing is last week, at the end of the 20, I tried to run a fast mile. It was 7:56. Was at the minute. I'm still down in the 7:20s on 17 miles. Positive. Let's take another short pause on the recovery. Let's let Dawn get a bit of a lead so we can finish in the same place. Right, final one. Let's dig in. See you at the end. So, immediate feedback. Tough session for me. But it's about hang on. This lady here.
I bombed. I had a stitch in the last 2 miles and bombed.
Do you think that's down to lack of water?
Yep.
20 miles in this heat.
Very warm.
No water.
Yeah.
Very warm, yes. Lovely spot for cool down there. Last half mile on this, as you can see. A little bit muddy, a lot of horses use it. So we tend to use this for the cool down bit. Post-session analysis 2. I'm pretty pleased with that, although my second 20 mile run, and by the end of it, if you'd have said, go on, carry on running another 6 at that pace, 6.2 at that pace, I don't think I could have. But then the point isn't to be able to do it 6 weeks out, is it?
It's your first 70-mile week in a long run?
My first 70
in a long time, sorry.
My first 70-mile week in a long time, Rejoice. And yourself, Dawn?
Yeah, it's my first 70 in a while. As you can see, I'm shattered. But pleased I finished because I got a stitch in the final 2 miles and I did bomb on those last 2 as well. So I just tried to hang in there. The last mile I think was 8:25 instead of maybe 7:40. So
I think I got all mine pretty even when you consider some of it was trail, some of it was tarmac, some of it was that bouncy stuff. But yes, certainly working beyond marathon effort by the end of it.
Yeah. Oh, I think I lost marathon effort in all honesty. I think my heart rate dropped because I was just too fatigued to carry on. But hey, we've just done 20 hard miles. Yeah? So surely that deserves a thumbs up. So that's 70 miles for the week.
Yeah, really pleased with that. We're going to try and push another 70 next week, although we're both back at work, so that remains to be seen how we manage with that.
So we hope you've enjoyed this video.
If you have, please give it a like. If you are new to this channel and want to follow us on this Yorkshire Marathon training journey, please consider subscribing. As well as our marathon training, we bring you regular park runs from around the country and other races that we are doing.
So until next time, guys, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.